In this lecture we are going to see the purely capacitive circuit. So if you see the circuit diagram, okay, the supply voltage V is equal to Vm sin of omega t, and only one component connected across it, which is the capacitor. That's why it is called as the purely capacitive circuit. And current flow through the circuit, which is I, and actually it is the instantaneous current. If you see the circuit diagram, there is only one component and very simple circuit diagram. On right hand side there is a waveform, which is the voltage waveform, voltage across capacitor, and current waveform, which is the current flows through the circuit or current flows through the capacitor. So in a purely capacitive circuit, current leads voltage by 90 degree, or voltage lags current by 90 degree, or a pi by 2 radian. Okay, so there is a property of capacitor. If you apply the AC voltage across the pure, if we apply the AC voltage across pure capacitor, then the current leads voltage by 90 degree. Okay, so that's why we can see this kind of voltage and current waveforms, which shows that current leads voltage by 90 degree, or voltage lags current by pi by 2 radian. If you see the phasor diagram for voltage across capacitor and current flows through the capacitor, which is Vc and Ic. So basically phasor diagram, basically we have studied about phasor. Phasor is a straight line, arrow indicated at one side, which indicates the direction of the phasor, which is anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so we have to draw the phasor for Vc and Ic. Vc is nothing but the voltage across capacitor, and Ic is nothing but the current flows through the capacitor. If you see in the waveforms, the current leads voltage by 90 degree, so which is also shown in the phasor diagram. So how to draw the phasor? So first we have to draw the reference axis, okay, and horizontal axis is nothing but the reference axis. And if you are going to plot more than one phasor on a same reference, then you have to plot one phasor on the reference axis. So if you see in the phasor diagram, the voltage across capacitor Vc, that phasor is plotted, or that phasor is drawn on the reference axis. And with respect to the voltage, current leads voltage by 90 degree. So we have drawn the phasor for current, which is Ic, on the y axis. So with the observation of phasor diagram, we can also see that current Ic leads voltage Vc by 90 degree. So the length of voltage phasor Vc is equal to the maximum or peak value of voltage, and length of phasor for current Ic, which is the peak value of current waveform. Okay, so the phasor length of phasor always represents the peak value of alternating quantity. Okay, so this is the phasor diagram for purely capacitive circuit. Next one is the voltage and current equation. So voltage equation is already given in the first sentence, V is equal to Vm sin of 2 pi ft, or it is also shown in the circuit diagram, V is equal to Vm sin of omega t. But if you see the current equation, which is Im sin of 2 pi ft plus 90, why it is plus 90? Because why it is plus 90? Because the current Ic always leads voltage Vc by 90 degree in a purely capacitive circuit. So as Ic leads by 90 degree with respect to voltage, then in a current equation, I is equal to Im sin of 2 pi ft, there is a plus 90. So in a purely capacitive circuit, there is a phase difference of 90 degree between voltage and current. If you see the impedance in circuit, inductive circuit, it should be a capacitive circuit. So there is one typing mistake. So impedance of instead of inductive circuit, you can assume it is a capacitive circuit. So in impedance of capacitive circuit is given here. There are two ways with which we can represent the impedance. One is in a rectangular form, and another one in a polar form. So basically what is impedance? Impedance is the total opposition offered by resistor, capacitor and inductor. But in the given circuit, there is only one component, which is the capacitor. So in a rectangular form, Z is equal to R plus Jx, and X is nothing but XL minus Xc. So in the circuit, there is R is absent, XL is also absent. Only present component is capacitor. So we have to consider the capacitive reactance, okay, which is the Xc. So final rectangular form impedance is minus j xc. In a polar form, z is equal to mod of z at the angle of phi, and value of mod of z is equal to under root of r square plus x square. X is nothing but the xl minus xc. So r and xl is absent. So under root of minus x square, which is equal to xc, and theta is equal to tan inverse of x by r. Here x is nothing but the minus xc and r is 0. So minus xc divided by 0 becomes infinity. So tan inverse of infinity is equal to tan inverse of minus infinity, which is equal to minus 90. So z is equal to xc at the angle of minus 90 degree ohm, which is the impedance in a polar form for purely capacitive circuit. Next one is the active power in a purely capacitive circuit. So basically there are three types of power: active power, reactive power and apparent power. What is apparent power? Power supplied by source. Okay, how much power is supplied by the source, which is called as the apparent power. Power consumed by load, which is called as the true power or active power, and power feedback to source, which is called as the reactive power. So here we are going to see the active power, which is power consumed by capacitor. P is equal to Vi cos of theta. Theta is minus 90 degree and value of cos of minus 90, which is equal to 0. So power consumed by capacitor, pure capacitor, is equal to 0. So if you see the energy in a purely capacitive circuit, as power consumed, as power is 0, power into time also becomes 0. So energy is consumed by purely capacitive circuit is also 0. So if you summarize everything from first, so in a circuit diagram there is only one component, which is the capacitor. That's why it is called as a purely capacitive circuit. If you see the voltage and current waveform, current leads voltage by pi by 2 radian. If you see the phasor diagram, phasor of voltage is plotted on x-axis. That's why phasor of current is plotted on y-axis, because IC leads voltage by 90 degree. In a voltage equation and current equation shows that current leads voltage by 90 degree. That's why current equation becomes Im sine of 2 pi ft plus 90. In a rectangular form, impedance Z is equal to minus jXc. In polar form, Z is equal to Xc at the angle of 90 degree ohm. In purely capacitive circuit, power is 0 watt and energy consumed is also 0. Okay.